Hi there YouTube, Big G back again with another gameplay, and this time a game on my Nintendo Wii, Sin and Punishment. And you can see there I'm just busy uploading it under my USB loader. I like to use GX. It works very well. There's very few games that it cannot load that I've found, and it's one of the advantages of having a Wii that's soft modded, is that your games library is phenomenal. There's Sin and Punishment. Now this was released in 2009. I'm just busy going through the old controllers over there. I am going to skip through a section where you a little bit of a training so we can get into the fighting. Sin and Punishment, Successor of the Stars. It's actually a shoot 'em up on rails, but actually a lot of good action in it, and I think it's actually held up quite well when you compare it to some even the modern day shoot 'em ups that are available, even on the Wii U and some of the other consoles that I've seen on YouTube. Okay, so now we're going to get going into the game. I've sort of skipped some of the sections. And we're going to be going in there. I just want to close. And we're straight into the action sequences over here. So basically what I enjoy about this game is the feeling of movement. Even though it is on rails, it's still got this feeling of movement. And it works very well with your nunchuck and the Wii boat. As you can see there, you've got two attacks. You've got your melee, which is your sword strike, which is close up. Your up against one of the actual keepers now at the moment. I love these big bosses that you come up against. I think it's about the third stage of the game. But anyway, so you use your melee attacks up close, or you use your gun from distance. And your dodge, which is that sort of like roll mover that I'm doing over there, which then allows me to get past and not take any damage when he fires. So now I need to start dodging these some explodes or something. And I love this keyboard, that's the big monster. And you know, this game actually received quite favourable reviews if you have a look at it. It's more like in the 80s to 90s over the years. If I hold the A button in and let it charge up, I get a more powerful attack. But basically it's just dodge, 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 fire, 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 fire. But I must say, I enjoy the action, I enjoy the tempo that's involved in this game. It's actually like a big giant tortoise that I'm fighting over there. And your control is really nice and easy using the Wii, nunchuck and the Wii mote. I haven't done much damage to it yet. You can see the damage bars there at the top. Charging up, see that was actually a nice big. I'm starting to get away from it. So I'm going to chase it. And the sound is good, graphics are good, movements are good. We'll shoot them up. And a hang of a lot easier to play than some of the other shoot 'em ups, especially your third person action games that I've had to play recently using the gamepad and that. I really battle with those controls, but this I find very easy. Come on, now he's starting to take that. Look at his power bar there at the top, you can see he's taking a lot of damage. Shooting at me. So basically you've got, if I remember correctly, the story that's involved here. You've got set sometime in the future, you've got this outer space, you've got this inner space, worlds, and our job is to try to kill this get rid of this infiltrator that's come from the outer space. At the same time, there's a secret organization there. I've cleared that one. Stage results. Get my score in there, and my life was actually very low. And there's this like secret society or whatever that's actually after us, is trying to get rid of us. The two main characters. I think it's Isa and Kachi. Yeah, this is a Japanese type game, and I enjoy these sort of Japanese anime type games. going into one of
Check it
the
out. The data system here is still up and running.
cutscenes, telling us a
I'm
little
gonna
bit about the
search for
story
quickest
and the
route off
keepers and
this
so
plant.
forth. So I'll let it play through.
Issa, that monster back there, why did it attack us?
Monster? Oh, that wasn't a monster, Kachi. It was a keeper. Long ago, the civilization of this Earth became so advanced that it brought about its own destruction. Keepers are artificial life forms, created to protect what's left. Think about it this way. Keepers act as Earth's immune system. And in their eyes, we're uninvited parasites.
And I've actually started
Alright,
enjoying my
I
Wii
think
again,
I found our ticket
now
out
that
of
I've managed to soft mod it
Let's
up to the
go.
latest iOSs and so forth, so I can get some of these games to run. Because I mean, it really has a great library of games, especially these shoot 'em ups and so forth. It's actually, I think the Wii's going to still, even though the Wii U is out, I think the Wii's going to be around for quite some time, because with it, it's so modded, the ability to mod it in so many different ways. I mean, I even see on some of the YouTube channels, the guys are using them in their main arcade cabinets, using Wii's.
Yep. Turns out we were shot down over Fukuoka, Japan.
Cutscene.
There's a service tunnel here that should be free of enemies. Once we make
That's
it
actually a
through,
project that
we'll
I'll do in the
infiltrate a
future as
floating
well.
air fortress.
I'd actually like to
According to
use
the
a spare
database,
Wii,
a few ships
soft
are
modded
docked
Wii,
there.
and create a main
If we can
arcade
get to one
cabinet
of
out
those
of it.
ships, we'll be home free.
And you're sure there are no enemies down here?
Positive. Why would enemies hang out in a water tunnel? Finally, there's the entrance.
It's a nice water effect. I must say the way they've actually produced the effects in here, this feeling of actually gliding around and dodging and so forth, is actually very good. You'll notice here on the right hand side of the screen there's a multiplier. It's actually a score multiplier. So the more creatures I kill or hit or so forth without taking damage myself, so the multiplier goes up and then my scores will go up. Some marines or something like this. Just got to get used to the fact you've got to dodge at the right time and use your melee or your sword attack at the right stage. Missiles. You can also redirect those missiles, some projectiles. If you use your melee attack, you can actually deflect them, and then they can hit other enemies at the same time. A nice impression of speed as well as it's going through. Even though it is on rails, you do feel like you have some sort of movement. That was done quite well, isn't it? Like the slow down as you go through a wall of water. Hey! Like a giant eel. Nintendo 64. This is where the sequence was. Treasure. The targeting system actually works very well. Just pointing the remote close to where the get that, I can increase, there we are. Got my power out there. That's the health. The targeting is actually done very well. It's very intuitive compared to some games. So just pointing in the general direction of an enemy allows it to lock onto him. Score multiplier up. This is going to have to be attack pile with giant jellyfish. Now a lot of these keepers and so forth, when you're attacking, you first got to get through the shields and then get its power down. Dodge. Damage it also. You can see it's taking its shields down at the top. Now I'm starting to do damage to it. Tunnels I can choose there. Air bubbles. Oh no, there's something crawling up the air. There's like giant crabs or crayfish or something that's come crawling up through the underwater. It's done very well. Oh, another manta ray, but a eel of some sort. He's action packed. He just doesn't let off the action. Which is what you want from a good shoot 'em up. I like the way they do the movement, you know. It's a feeling of moving downwards and then upwards and all over the place. Do a lot of damage with the immediate attack. Power up there. 3 hits, I was going to have to kill it 3 times. Multiplier up. Laser beams under the water. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but when you do your roll, you become invulnerable for a split second. Taking damage. Right. Looks like we think of some sort of ship. Take us for the turrets. Get rid of those first. Friendly. Well, I died, guys, and it is now game over. Well, I think that was actually quite a good little shooter. Shoot 'em up on rails. I thoroughly enjoyed that. And with the way Wii gaming is now at the moment, download the game, soft mod it, and play it. I mean, there's such a wide variety of games available at the moment on the Wii. I mean, you have absolutely no excuse why you don't go about, playing more often on the Wii. I mean, this is actually a great shoot 'em up on rails. I've enjoyed it. I've only played it 2 or 3 times. It's easy to get into, and it's full of action. Graphics are good. So from my point of view, give it a go. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that, and cheers from me.